What's up? High Gold Animation Studios here. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Boba Fett's Palace, set number 75326. Now, this is my first review on the channel, so if you want to see more, like maybe the Dark Trooper attack, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. On to the review. So, I'm going to start with the minifigures, obviously. For starters, our first minifigure is Boba Fett. And it's the same Boba Fett that came in the Slave 1 in 2021. And it's a good minifigure. The helmet and jetpack pieces are a little disappointing that they're still sand green. But the torso, arms, legs are all great. If you look at the face print, it's we can get that to focus. It's a nice face print of Tamara Morrison with some great detailing. We even get some little scars on the back. And I think it represents Boba. I mean, it represents him well. That's his gun. That's what Lego always does for his gun. And then, next up is Fennec Shand. And as you can see here, she has the hairpiece from Makari from the Eternals. And I'm not really a fan of this hairpiece. I don't think it works for her character. I think that they should have done a different hairpiece. Like the one that I use in my stop motions. Go check them out. But the rest of the minifigure is great. The arm printing's great. The leg printing. I mean, I guess the waist cape is printed is a little upsetting. But other than that, the minifigure's great, and her like sniper rifle type thing is there. So, other than the hair, it's a good minifigure. Next is Bib Fortuna as Chubbo Bib Fortuna, I guess, from the book of from Mando post-credit scene, technically. And it's a good minifigure. I think what's interesting, actually, to me, is that his helmet, his hair, whatever hairpiece, I don't know, whatever they call this, but it's actually like it's a hard plastic. It's not like flexible or rubbery, so that's interesting. This is his face, and he has a second face print. I think they did a good job with the minifig, and it represents him accurately, except for the stubby, the plasticky mold. I'm not a fan of that. Next is the Therusian Dancers, what the Lego calls her. I don't actually know her exact name, but she's barely there in the background of the scene. I guess it's nice to get this unique minifigure. But I don't, personally, it's not my favorite mini. It's probably my least favorite minifigure in the set, just because it has the least applications outside of this one scene. Because as I'll tell you about in the other ones, I have other uses for them. But it's a good minifigure, and it comes with a second face print of her Angry. And it's got some really nice back printing, and I think it's a good minifigure for what it is. Next up is the Gamorrean Guard. I really like this minifigure. I wish it decided to come with two, because there's always two of them whenever you see them. But he has his nice axe little build, and I don't know if anyone doesn't know this, but the whole head body is it's kind of like Chewbacca. It's all one piece, and that his body's plain. That it works, and I think he has new leg printing from the 2012 version. I want to say I never got that version, so this is actually a new minifigure for me. And I'm really happy to have him. Sorry, his axe keeps falling off. Next up is the Weequay Guard, which is, I guess it's a good minifigure. You see them a lot in you see them in Jabba's palace a lot. So he comes with a gun, actually, just like a pearl gray gun, and they try to get the little hair things to match. I think feels like it could be a little better. The coloring of the two, they don't look very similar, but other than that, it's a good minifigure. And yeah, I like it. I always like getting new Star Wars species just for my collection and for stop motions and whatever. Finally, we have the Corran minifigure, and what I really like about this minifigure is that he actually has a rubbery head. You can see how the tentacles can move, so It's really nice, and I think it's good. That's his body, and I'm surprised that this is actually the first time Lego's made a Korn. I could have sworn you they had made one before, but I guess I was wrong. But it's a good minifigure regardless. So now we're gonna go on to the build of the set. So if I just click on minifigures for a second. This is the build. So you can see there's the main throne room. There's some little like cantina type bar thing, and the entrance. If you turn around the set, this is when I got my set, I got this piece instead of one of these pieces. So from an aesthetic standpoint, like from the back, my set looks horrible, which is a little upsetting, and I'm going to try to get the piece replaced, but I have not done that yet. But everyone's talking about how it's very flat compared to Jabba's actual palace, or Boba's palace, whatever you want to call it. I agree. I think I hope people said there could be like a Bacta tank thing up here. I really hope there is. I think that it's a little strange that they use like these pieces if they're not going to connect to something. So we'll see. I hope it connects to something, obviously, but it probably is not, knowing the history of knowing Lego. But the entrance from the outside, it's really nice. You got this like guard tower type thing, and you can have the eyeball, like, you know how it is in like Return of the Jedi. And you can put a guard like the weak way. Let's just use him because you can just put him up here guarding. And the way that the door opens actually is you can just lift the door up, and you use the eyeball to keep it in place. So that's interesting. But anyway, so onto the inside of the guard tower actually. One more feature is that you can take the stairs, and a minifigure, like the warning guard there, can go flying out, which is interesting. I mean, I think it's a nice play feature. It does its job pretty well. Anyway, let's go to I'm gonna go to the cantina side first. It's just like the cantina from the Mos Eisley, from like the 2020 Mos Eisley cantina. I think you just put like 2 minifigures sitting there or whatever. It's fine. It does its purpose. I think they just had to have some symmetry. I don't really know what I would have liked there actually instead, but I guess it works. It does its job. And the middle is obviously the throne, which you need. So you can put Bib Fortuna there, or Boba Fett, which I'll put later. But when you put Bib Fortuna there, he can sit in the chair. And the chair has a feature where you go like this, and it sends the minifigure flying out. So like in the post-credit scene, when he shoots Bib Fortuna, he just flies out. And this is supposed to be like a Rancor pit grade, I think. They're not going to make an expansion to this at below, because it's too complicated, but I guess it's supposed to symbolize the Rancor pit. And also, what's interesting is that the whole throne itself can actually come out of the set. There we go. So you can actually just take the throne and just have the throne by itself, which is, I think it's really nice. It's really useful. And then there's like a weapon here, 2 ingots of Beskar, and another blaster, which is weird. And also another cool feature, actually, if I turn this thing around again, is that you can open the whole backside, so you can see that there's like a rotisserie chicken behind the seat, and there's like a little like oven stove thing, so it allows for more accessibility and playability, which is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna just give you my final thoughts on the set. I think that the set is good. I think the minifigures are all good. They all work, but something that upsets me actually is they like try to show on the box. They try to make it seem like it's a Book of Boba Fett set. This is really a Mando season 2 post-credit scene set, and everyone knows it. But Lego's gonna pretend it's like the Book of Boba Fett. I hope we actually get some Book of Boba Fett sets soon, like Mando Starshire, I guess we know about. But if you look on the box here, actually, you can see Boba Fett and Fennec Shand in the bottom corner with her helmet, which is not even included in the set. But overall, I think the set's good. I guess I give it an 8 out of 10 probably. My few complaints are it's on Mando season 2 post credit scene, not actually the show, so we didn't get like Black Chrysanthemum or the mod, or Cad Bane, or the mayor, whatever. That's that Twi'lek guy that was like super annoying. But the set's good. I definitely would recommend it for anyone who watches Star Wars. Yeah, I think the 2014 Jabba's Palace is better, definitely, but I don't have that version, so this is what we have, and I think at least they made a set for it. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and peace.